Welcome, everybody. My name's Tammy. I just gave everybody a little bit of tidbit of my background. I'm the Fearless Mama, known online, and I'm here with my fearless son. He's going to be going over the presentation here tonight. This is the official launch of the 300 Cash Vault. I'm so excited. Who else is excited? In fact, I just got a Cash App notification as I'm sitting here. The cool part about this is it's automated, okay? And when I mean automated sales, it just means that you can have a website that does all the telling, selling, and explaining for you, so you don't have to. So when I started 14 years ago, I looked for webinars, I looked for websites, I looked for things that would be simple because I was actually homeschooling my son and my daughter at the time. And now I have a granddaughter. And now I watch her 2 days a week. And so when I launched this product, I had that in mind. I had that in mind for a busy person because I know if you're like me, we don't want to sit around in Messenger and explaining everything. So there's a 3-minute video that Rob's going to show you guys tonight. 3 minutes. We have no funnels. Okay. This is literally already going around viral on Facebook. And I just want people to know, especially my good friends, the reason why I did this is because you know what? Sometimes there's these things that you witness in your life and you go through these crashes like I described before I started recording. But we want something that's working now in 2026, okay? If you want a funnel, we can talk about that. I have funnels and everything like that if you want to put it on more on automation. I've owned Get Fearless Freedom for 7 years. But if you want something where you don't need a funnel, then this is for you. Okay. And right, like I said, right now, I mean, people are posting ads up on Facebook. I mean, literally organic ads. When I say an ad, I mean an image that my son's been making or creating. And he's the king of ads, okay? And then we got Mary Beth on here, and she's doing an amazing job. Congrats, Mary Beth, over $1,800 in the past 6 days, 5 days, 4 days, whatever it is. We just literally launched, and people are already having four-figure results. And congrats to Stratton. Same thing with Stratton. So happy to see you back on board, my friend. It is so great to have you back. And I know you love peer-to-peer, member-to-member payments. And I know you love this one. So Rob, I'm going to let you talk, and then we're going to get started with the actual presentation after he plays the video. And I think you guys are going to love it.
Hey, let me ask you something. If your income stopped tomorrow, how long would you be okay? 1 month, 2 weeks, a few days maybe? Most people are one paycheck away from losing their home or not being able to put food on the table. And that's not drama, that's reality. In 2026, if I can show you a way to generate 300 in cold hard cash over and over again from home, no matter what the economy is doing, would that be okay? Welcome. This is the 300 Cash Vault system just launched by the Fearless Mama and the Fearless Freedom Rebels. I'm going to show you literally how to earn 300 instantly into your Cash App, or maybe you want to accept cold hard cash. This system was built for you. This is not just another digital course. This is a survival vault, a money blueprint, a doomsday prepping marketplace, and yes, you can resell it if you wish to earn 100% commissions, $300 per sale, $97 admin fee one time. Now, who doesn't like cash? Inside the vault, everything starts with pillar number 1, how to collapse proof your cash flow, because preparedness without cash flow is just stress with a checklist. You don't need more fear, you need more income streams. Listen, we all know what's going on in the world and we all need to have resources. So this is what this course is about, is to simply teach you 3 things. Stop chasing that job security. Start building cash flow security. So let's be honest, again, the 9 to 5 stands for just over broke. That paycheck, it was designed to keep you dependent. Inside the vault, you'll understand the 3 types of income. Active income, which is trading time for money. Leveraged income, systems that work for you. Asset-based income, physical ownership and positioning. Most people only have one form of income. That's the danger. So now let's talk numbers. You earn 300 per sale. Simple question, how many 300 transactions per week would change your life. 3 per week equals 900. 5 per week equals 1500. 7 per week equals 2100. 10 per week equals 3000. Through all these things that have been happening in the world, I'm able to take my phone and my laptop. As long as I have internet, I can plug in and send people to this page. So through the good times and the bad times, through uncertainty, cash flow, I didn't have to panic. I was prepared. And that's one thing I'm going to be teaching you inside the vault. The cash vault is designed to do two things: put immediate cash in your pocket, and then show you where prepared people source the essentials when the systems break down. That's the true power. I wanted to welcome you again to the 300 Cash Vault. All you have to do is follow the instructions on the join page and get started. You will have access immediately to be able to resell this if you wish. So get started today. Activate your 300 Cash Vault, deploy your 300 strategically, start earning 300 per transaction, and build cash flow security before you desperately need it. Click the button, secure your 300 Cash Vault, and let's build fearless freedom the smart way.
By a show of hands, who likes that video? Yay. Everybody loves it. Yeah, the cool part about working with my son is he's used to me like stopping and starting. So that video right there was actually like 10 minutes and he reduced it down to like 3, or maybe it was 5, something like that. But with his video editing skills, and
It
this is
was
the
about eight
thing, was
minutes.
about 8 minutes. Okay.
It was the raw
My
footage,
gosh.
raw footage. Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
plops it onto his DaVinci Resolve. It's like all this software, and I watch him and I'm just like totally
Yeah.
amazed. I'm like, it's just amazing what you can do nowadays. You know what I mean? And so, you look for a VSL like that, video sales letter. That's really what it stands for. And so that right there, that video is already converting in what we call cold traffic. So, anytime you launch a system, you want to obviously, share what it can make for you, right? 100% commissions. But you also want to make sure that the information on the inside is really, really valuable, right? And so in 2026, we are teaching people what we've gone through. So I explained before I started recording my background. My background is a self-employed, stay-home mom, now grandmother, and we've been through a lot of cycles. I mean, 14 years ago, I was down to my 50 bucks in my bank account. A lot of people know my story. A lot of people think it's always just, a sunshine and roses when you're an entrepreneur, but I've put back there a lot of key things that people need. They need cash flow. Can we all agree on that? We need resources. We need to find where we can tap into possibly emergency funds and things like that. And then when you start actually earning good money, you don't want to just blow it on vacations. You want to actually start accumulating assets and you want to start buying things. I've been able to get a Rolex. I've been able to, travel all around the country. And by the way, I didn't pay full retail for my Rolex. My husband literally goes to like auctions and things like that. So that's what we do as a family. So when you pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and you start actually earning some money, you want to actually turn it and then put it into some assets. So that's what we teach in the back office. So now Rob's going to go through the formal presentation and cross fingers tonight that it's actually going to work, right? Last Monday,
Yeah.
it was a
Mom, I
little
think we got to figure it
I think
out.
we got to figure it out because he's so
I think we
good.
got to
He
figure
rehearses these things.
it.
So I'm excited because
Thanks,
we've got
Mom.
new people
Yeah.
on tonight that's going to see it. So go ahead, Rob,
That's so
and
awesome.
show your presentation tonight. And I'll stop talking. You know your mom. I'm literally
Uh,
I get picked on all the time by the kids. Mom, you can make a friend in the bathroom. Well, because I'm a
she does.
character.
She does.
So here we go,
She
Rob.
does. I think I picked up that trait from you too,
You
because
did.
I'm
You
always
did.
making new friends.
You do. You do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I always say that with anyone that knows me, I could probably make a whole entire. Oh, I know, remember names, by the way, too. So if I ever met you at a party, I would remember your name at the end of the night. That's a fun fact. Fun fact. So, yeah, basically, that's just awesome intro. Loved it, Mom, very much. Just really explanation of the core of where we're at. What I really like about what we did here was we actually looked and assessed at what's going on in the world, and we took it from a standpoint, how can we navigate through this but do it in a right way that everyone can win, regardless of where you're at in this economy. So, what's really cool, and I'm going to start sharing here. I'm just going to fix this, and I think we're good. I just have to, mom will like this. You can unmute when I actually do go through it, just when I unmute. So let's go stop there, and then am I still good? Like you can see this,
Yep,
mom?
it's working great.
Okay, working good. So yeah, the party begins now, right? This is where it was already started, but mom's great at that. She was an 80s rocker gal, by the way, for anyone that grew up in the 80s. My mom was one of those like partier, rockier rockers, just super cool. I just loved watching seeing all the photos back then. It was just so cool. I was like, man, the 80s look so cool. So basically where it all begins here is make sure that you get back to your referring partner. So if you got invited to this right now, to this Zoom, you just get right back to them after this. All right. And I recommend if you are a person that got invited, reach out to them because they're really busy. Sometimes, like when, you have them reach out to you, they won't get across because that's how hot this is going. This is a very viral program. So you want to make sure you actually reach out to them. So if Mary Beth invited you, please reach out directly to her to get started, my mom, etc., whoever invited you. So that's where I did want to say that too, just because of how hot this is. This is something not where just wait around for who invited you. Definitely get back to them tonight. So there's a lot of stuff going on, right, in the world, like a lot. And so it's really crazy. Like it really is insane. But what mom and I said is instead of the doom and gloom and the news that has always been there, there's always been issues in the world. But what we have to go about this is how can we actually thrive in this? Like you always hear about in the 1920s, there were people that survived the 1920s. There were people that survived the 40s, World War One, Two, Vietnam, etc. How did they? It's because they had a plan. They took action on that plan and they had a survival blueprint that their family may have created. Okay. And so, really, what's going on in this world is really insane. Like the actual raw and real numbers, it's insane, right? And so, I mean, I know a lot of people that are really like actually struggling, not just like saying it to like just, hey, yeah, it's tough. They actually really are. And so, what we had to do is we had to say, how can we be a positive person in this community, this not only community, of course, mom and I, but how can we be a positive person in this world? And so this quote right here, if this doesn't shake you guys off the ground, I don't know what will. But if you're working a 9 to 5 job, that's literally where they want you to be. That's literally where they want you to be. And so when there was workers and there's builders and people that actually built this country, that's wonderful. I actually personally was one. I'm at 31 years old now. I have not worked a job since 2017, and that was a former corporate job. So I know the feeling, guys. I know getting in the car, putting 40 miles on the mileage, every day, 20 miles here, 20 miles back. I already know what that feels like. But the thing is no one is coming to save you. Literally no one. There's not one person that is going to save you. If you think that, then not good because there isn't. So that's why we created this cash vault because we actually can get you out of this when it comes to this system, plugging into the system, and it really is really incredible. So for me, I have a little bit of Irish in me, not a lot. I have Italian, I have German, I have a lot of Italian actually. Learned that, and my dad's almost like 50% Italian, so it's so cool. So I have a lot of different heritages and backgrounds, but I will say I love St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day, guys! Let's kick this off to a really good beginning. If you haven't already, and this year, green is the way, right? Green is my favorite color. Got the green AirPods little thing. I got some green shoes on. I'm a greenaholic. I got some a green on my Apple Watch Ultra. I love green, right? So I also love money. And I love the idea of the tool of money, right? Because when you use it as a tool, that's where you have the ability to use it as a tool. So really, success is really not a final. It's more about really the courage to continue. So dating back to what my mom was talking about on how she took us through the 2005 era, the Y2K. I've been through a lot. 31, I actually have been through a lot of stuff. I've seen my parents nearly homeless. I've seen them living out of basically a car. I've seen them living in literally multi-million dollar homes. I've seen them travel around the world. I've seen it all because really my mom had the courage and my dad to go through. And so the blueprint we put together is not like, oh, here's another webinar to sell it to you. It's because this is why we built this for you guys in the modern age. Like there's a lot of people that are selfish. They find something, they find where to go, where to get this item, where to go here, how to get prepping food, guys. How do you get storage of different things that you need to get and navigate through our survival out there? I mean, some of the things inside, guys, that we're about to kind of cover is actually life or death. Like literally, people like, for instance, people that live in Florida, some of the websites that show you how to literally live through a hurricane or what happened in the Midwest and the East Coast, guys, what it happened to all the snow and the freezing temperatures and stuff, and even out west with the heat. That's just some of the stuff, and we actually cover that all for $300. That's it. So we make it also easy for you to make money with this. So that's what's really cool. And so Mom's foundation in this is over 14 plus years. So anyone listening new, or you maybe have your hubby or your wife next to you and you're listening to myself, my mom actually is a veteran in this. So she actually has over 14 plus years building systems, having people successful. And you're going to see that tonight as well. But it's so amazing to have a digital system where we built this as a family of four. And so, with this, just like any other business, and I always say this, if you don't see this, then you want to jump off of Zoom because if they promise the world and they tell you everything's rainbows and sunshine, it is not, because look at the world right now, right? But what we are giving you is a vehicle, something that you can navigate through there and have those bulletproof tires, have those puncture proof tires through the navigation of life out there. And so that's why we built this truly a recession proof business, because it's a plug and play survival system. So, how that works is right now, okay? We built three pillars into the system, and you're going to learn, whoa, wait a minute, this is really this easy. And that's how you can share it with others. So, the pillar number one is how to generate that. My mom already has a 37-minute bonus where I'm going to jump a little front ahead, but we actually have a brand new video being added to the back office right now. It's the current members can log in, but that's a 37-minute, beautiful, amazing training that I wasn't on, but I have listened to it. Very good stuff on how to actually do this regardless of the economy, how to get your instant payment system set up with us and be able to get that peer-to-peer transaction going. And cash, guys, in your hands, like I'll just straight up say this, but just the feeling of cash, like right here is like $750, right? Right in my wallet, right? And so just the feeling is incredible. Like it really is. And so that's why we really, as a community, and how my mom built this, she knew that like this feeling, getting it in your hands out of the ATM is such a freeing feeling because, I don't know if anyone, a lot of you guys don't have your camera on, and that's completely cool. But if you really, for just a brief second, it's okay. You can show yourself. You know who I look like. Now I want to see what you look like. That's what Elvis Presley said one time. But quickly, click on moment. If $300 extra a month really, really mattered to you, just a day, a month, a week, would that really matter? Like, mom, you can tell me, well, a lot of people are turning on their camera quick and then they're turning back off because that's just a flash. See, it's a little
Yeah, they're
joke,
turning it
but
on and then they turn it off. That's okay.
real quick, all good. But the pillar number two really actually is super, super awesome. So my dad actually since 8 years old. He actually began like precious metal collecting, right? 8 years old, guys. Think about that. A lot of you guys were in toys and stuff that never actually was really accumulating wealth. My dad was learning from numismatic people and that actually knew about the gold, the silver, the copper markets. And he said, "Well, Tammy," this is what he said to my mom. He said, "Tammy, how do I put my knowledge and just straight up just pill it, put it down in a straight line on all of the resources that I find in 2026 where to buy silver and gold properly?" Okay. Not this where you go to Google and say, "Where do I buy gold and silver?" No, this actually shows you how to get a credit line that you can buy silver, any cash back. If you go out to restaurants, you can actually get gold and silver cash back and stuff. Like you can get credit lines. My dad has over $1 million credit line with one of the websites that we give you. This is information that when, it's like, where are the signups? Because right here alone, $300, oh my goodness, it's insane. So right here is some of the coins just recently that he gathers, and a lot of you gentlemen on here and ladies that do collect silver and gold coins and precious metal coins probably may see some dates and be like, "Oh, okay, he has that one. Oh, wow. Okay, or he collected or he traded that one." So it's so cool what he's been able to do. And then here comes the son. Here comes Rob. And I actually have a big, massive passion ever since 2013. That was when I started doing prepping stuff. So this is not new or a trend to me. This is actually something I've always been doing, and I always prepare. So we actually show you where to get things like, oh, portable solar, or where do you go to get emergency food that will last 25 years, or where to go and get, I'm going to only spell it and you put the words together because I don't say it on a live, but where to get AMMO online. So you can actually get that online based on your state. It depends on the state you live, but you can actually get that online, and you got the sources where a lot of the people that brought it to us have gone. So it's really amazing, like really what's packed in this, and you can resell this and to get a beautiful, clean, modern back office like this. It's an absolute no-brainer because with that, this is why you're about to see the success stories. Boom, 924 hours for Mary Beth. Big congrats. And of course, there's more. She's made more than this, but this was like snapshots I'm going to give you guys. Mom, $3,600 and 24 hours. Oh my gosh, that is incredible. That is amazing. We have myself 1,505 days. Absolutely awesome. Welcome in my new people. Love having you guys on. We have Stratton. He literally plugged in, he joined me, and within 12 hours, he made a $300 sale by simply sharing an image. That's it. That's it. So a lot of you guys are like, "Wait, what do you do?" Well, we'll get to that because it's simple, very simple. And he shared that and he got that 300 right on back. Here are some also more members that we've gotten. Super amazing to have you guys all on. And some of them, some of you guys couldn't make it, of course, but it's just really awesome to see everyone actually a part of our family. So really cool stuff. And of course, even new members, like these were like literally in the past under 24 hours. Michelle, I just made 300 there. There you go. Thank you, Michelle, for joining in. We have Jeff, we have Al, and we have Jim. So welcome, Jim. Thank you. Al, if you're on, welcome in again. And thank you guys for being in a part of our revolution. So no funnels, no emails, no setups, none of that. Literally none of that. And so a lot of people, they do look to make money online. But what happens is they get in this setup mode. And I know it because there's other systems out there that just start constantly. They're like, "But what if I do this and do that and go to this and get this email?" Most of that stuff, by the way, I'll just give you a free tip tonight. Most of that can be cured or fixed by ChatGPT or Google. Okay. Most things nowadays are never just ask a friend. You just ask ChatGPT or Google. It's that simple. But we went a step ahead of that. We got all rid of that, and you don't need to worry about that. So it's just sharing the good news. We have an easy comp plan. The best part is, guys, there's no monthly admin fees. None. It's amazing. You make a $300 and it's 100% commission. So really cool. So whoever invited you, this is how you lock in. You get to pay them, and then you actually have access to the system. And you will also learn some cool bonuses as well on how this works. But basically, there is a system, a little thing where you just fill out your profile, means name, your last name, your phone number, all of that to save to your profile, right? And I'll show you a live back office preview. But basically, then you have an ability to put in how you want to get paid. So if you have a Zelle account, guys, you put your Zelle phone number or email. You have a PayPal, great. Put the PayPal link. You can do whatever you want and get paid how you want. So there's no funnels or setup to make money. It's also a self-serve business, or you don't have to promote this at all. So a lot of people, they like to actually buy as information because just think about it. Just $300 alone could get you unlocked to emergency cash loans. It could get you unlocked to where to buy gold and silver, like we discussed, where to get prepping information. I mean, guys, there is a lot of stuff going on in this world. And that's something I can't really say lightly anymore. I used to be able to censor myself. And we're going to lead into what we have planned soon, Mom, with our Patreon. That's going to be amazing. That one, guys, you're going to be
I
really be
can't wait
amazed.
because it's going to be uncensored.
Yep.
Like right now,
Yep.
I'm not live on any of my channels and we can talk freely because Rob can sometimes clip things out that we might say that we shouldn't be saying because we get censored. I've been so vocal in this past 6 years that sometimes my Facebook account almost wants to ban me. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, okay, I got to be good tonight. But this is the
Mhm.
thing. When we give you systems, we want to give you the marketing images. Some people are actually doing phenomenal job on their own, but let's just say you don't have that skill set and you don't know how to do Canva. I don't know how to do Canva. Rob does all my images.
Yep.
He just created a Facebook banner for me today. I make so much money now on Facebook because this is the right price point. I've put up these images and I have had that $3,600 in 24 hours. And I just literally launched this, like I said, just launched this last Tuesday. And in fact, Monday night, we didn't even have the links live, did we? We didn't have links live, did we, Rob and
No,
Beth? We didn't.
no,
And
we did
Mary Beth's
not.
like, oh my God, I just need your link. I already got people asking me. So this is the thing. We already give you guys the ads. I know what converts. And the thing is once you create your profile, you'll get your link instantly in the back office. Literally, that's how simple this is. I wanted to make it so newbie friendly. So if you're sitting there thinking, well, I've never done this before, you know what? I have training back there that's for brand spanking new people. Okay. I did a 37-minute, Mary Beth loved it. Anyone that was on there, you can raise your hand. I'm sorry I had to turn off the chat, but everybody loved
Mhm.
last Wednesday's training. And we didn't have cameras on. We just literally did a working Zoom because listen, we don't have time. We don't have time. How much time do we have left in our whole lives, right? We don't have time to sit
Yeah.
around and listen to a bunch of modules. No. I want you guys to be able to make money fast, okay? Because it's literally that simple. I'll say my DMO is back there. In fact, it's in the Google Doc. Everybody that gets a welcome email now gets that Google Doc and it has literally where I go every single day. Okay. So, and if you're not a social
Hmm.
media person, I got 3 leads, 5 leads, 10 leads, whatever you want a day. I'm a lead generation expert. Okay. So you have me by your side. In fact, I'm putting
Yep.
100 to 200 leads a week on my lists almost every single week. So, leads a week. Did I say that right? 100 to 200 leads a week. Yeah. Not a day, not yet, but a week. So if you guys wanted to stick around, I'll show you some of the stuff I do. I always give a lot of value, but literally what Rob's showing you right there. And I'm not a big TikTok person. So, hey,
You're
if
right.
you want to go viral on TikTok, do it because we're already going viral on Facebook. So I'll pass it
The
back over
good
to
thing
you,
is
Rob.
Oh, it's awesome. I appreciate your input, Mom. These
Mhm.
images, number one, I want to stress for people that are like non-social media people. I will say this, if you are expecting, this is what I say, right? This is how I viewed it when I started marketing. If you're expecting the person that you're getting into this program and you need to know everything about them, their blood type, their this, just understand, right? They might actually want that from you. So if you're someone that is kind of like, I want to privately market this, you absolutely can. But however, in the day of modern like internet age, I call it, we made this where it's just right either way. So you can do, yes, you can be private about it and do images ads like this without ever being behind the image itself, just getting that payment and then getting them confirmed. So that's one route. You got that route on that side. It also really converts when you know people too. So there's actually both ways. We actually, because we heard both sides. I've heard people say, "Hey, I really do not want to talk to no one." Okay, awesome. 3 minutes flat will literally teach them exactly how the system works. Or if you want to, like, you already, kind of talk to someone, my God, these gas prices, et cetera, et cetera, you can also get a really hot conversion with these images as well. So there's literally both ends. So that's why we covered it. I just wanted to cover that, Mom, because I get
Yeah,
questions in my
in that
inbox.
37-minute bonus video that they get if they join tonight, I literally described I literally trained and taught over the shoulder, didn't I, Mary Beth, on literally how to use these images and how to literally implement. It's like literally within 24 hours, you're getting people to reply. And again, you don't have to explain anything.
Yep,
If they can't listen to a 3-minute video, you don't want to work with them anyway. Let's just
exactly.
face
See, that's
facts.
the
I'm
thing.
sorry, I'm too busy. I'm playing with my granddaughter all the time. I don't want to explain this business. That's why I created it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, when someone asks you for info, it really has to come down to how do you re-engineer the process? Maybe you ask myself, right? Or maybe you ask someone else. And really, the way it works is you have to understand that when people ask for info, it's more of like it's a flow of getting them really to that, that 3 minute, or really just letting the system do itself and let it explain itself. And that's why I said we covered both ends of the spectrum. And that's why it's super simple to market this and actually, make this part of your, active or, however you want to do this. So
Oh,
it's
and
really
before you
come
go
down.
into that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
Yeah.
you.
No, you're
Tonight,
fine. No.
tonight I created a special bonus Facebook group for anyone that's paid members. So paid members will get lifetime access to this. And by the way, this is a lifetime access. I have obviously my main company and that's lifetime. I've had that for 7 years. I'm passing it down to my kids. Obviously, Rob is my apprentice and he's learned everything that I know. So anyway,
Mhm.
you'll get lifetime access to this product, by the way, and in a bonus Facebook group. That's one of my bonuses I'm throwing in tonight.
Yeah, yeah, that was well, yeah, exactly. I mean, we're giving them the resources. We're actually adding new resources as well. I just have a whole onslaught of new places I found for emergency funding. And just like I said, $300 alone. I mean, people literally are spending what almost at a whole family gathering that much for a whole family meal together, right? I mean, it's insane the cost nowadays. Like just today we went for brunch. I took them out and it was $80, like just like that, gone. So, making money is super important nowadays. And if it really does take you to maybe post up an ad or two per day, and if it could change your bank account, like put a raise your hand. If you're on your computer, raise your hand. So a bunch of raised hands stop open up. But really, it's like that, like right there. You can unraise your hand afterwards. But if you just understand, if you want some money, right, you can absolutely run with us, right? You can run with how it's done. So it's really not that hard. It's just how badly, like my mom said, I began a health journey and I wanted to lose 40 pounds. And my mom said, well, I'm an expert at that. She lost 100 pounds, my mom. So she's like, hey, okay, how badly do you want to do that? And I said, pretty badly. And so that's really why we did either way of the marketing spectrum. So the bonuses, of course, you do get our Facebook group. This is our awesome new bonus group that you can get a part of, and we will like post up like messenger copy, like different ad copy images, stuff like that are like direct in this group. And there's just a lot of new cool updates. Like we'll say, "Hey, we did this, we did that," and that's what will be added. A lot more other stuff. We also have ability to get leads to you, right? And mom does have a source tonight. When you log into your account, you will have that lead source at the bottom as well. Really awesome stuff. Mom really throws in bonuses, and we have that new training as well. So the brand new training, it's a DMO and over the shoulder training. So someone that begins tonight, you can literally click the play button on your dashboard and actually see it like you're live in a concert, right? It's like that in a concert. It's pretty cool. Mom is really good at training. It really comes down to we're going to become free, right? We're going to become free from all of this stuff going on, all of this stuff. It's crazy, crazy stuff going on. And really, you have to understand what is your legacy going to be, right? I know a lot of people have a really, really good time at judging others. You go to the airport and you go, I love people watching. You start looking at them. But little did you know that guy right there might have just lost his grandchild or might have had a new wedding for his daughter or had this issue or he's trying to get a new apartment. So the people judging is really like, whoa, so many people have so many things going on. So the legacy is within ourselves, right? How are we going to better the world? And that's really why mom and I are giving you guys this opportunity, how to actually create this as a better world, how to prepare, how to make money, and how to really win in 2026. So, mom, I don't know if you want me to kind of go to the next slide to this. There's one other thing.
Well, this is the
um,
thing. This is what the question in my mind was, and this is what I discuss with my kids, and I think every household, especially right now, should have these conversations. If you're not, again, I'm the fearless mama. I've raised two amazing children. I'm gonna brag a little bit. My daughter is a paralegal. She's able to work at home with Charlotte. I'm able to be with her 2 days a week now. And you have to look at like what is your backup plan if something happens? How much cash should you have on hand? What if the grid goes down? Last night, my mom texted me and she said, we don't have any power. It's the same time I was getting a message from Valerie, my friend here on the Zoom, and she was in the basement because of a tornado. So, do you guys realize that things like this could possibly happen? And are you going to be able to flow through it? Are you going to be like Rob? He's done such a great job. He's put all this stuff back there for everybody. And are you going to be able to, like he said, there's stuff on there that you can't search from Google.
you
These
cannot
are the
search it.
things,
No, it's
no.
not a Google
These are the
search.
things
No.
that you can't find nowadays. And the thing is so
I
you,
know one place. Oh, sorry, mom. I wanted to
that's
add real
okay.
quick for a lot of you guys. There's this one site I have in the survival part,
Mm-hmm.
and it really it's what we're gonna start. We can talk on our Patreon, like out in the future, like
Sure.
really how to do it. But as far
Mhm.
as I'm just gonna go back on this right here, there's this one website that I personally have used that literally could get you like really out of a funk, like what's going on right now, like right now survival wise.
Mhm.
And I will discuss that more in depth, but really you have to have a prepared household
You do.
because if you saw like North Carolina like a year ago and you saw Florida and you see these hurricanes and these snows and these you have tornadoes going through Tennessee and stuff like that. And a lot of people that what they do is they kick back, they look at TikTok and they say, hey, honey, can you go make me some coffee? And then they just watch the news and TV and not really they say to themselves, hey, nothing will affect me. And then all of a sudden they're going to remember Robert's voice and say, man, he did have an option. He had a way of actually finding a prepared way, but I can make money with this as well. So that's really what we did. We made this as a blueprint, a guide to your success, and $300 for one time lifetime access. That's like amazing, right? I mean, the resources I found, I was talking to another friend today, and he says, "Wait, you mean you actually have that one resource to get AMMO?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I actually do." And I think everyone can like piece that word together. But a lot of people didn't know that they can get AMMO online in, most states.
Hmm.
And that absolutely 100% matters. Like that 100% matters. So your own personal sovereignty, your own protection matters, and I'm a massive advocate of that, right? So basically, because when I at Verizon, I'm going to get a little deep because I want you guys to understand why I built this. At Verizon, I was at not about almost 8 o'clock. It happened. Mom knows this. She's nodding her head. 8 o'clock when I was closing my Verizon store. I had you guys can all see me correct, right? Like, Mom, you
Hmm.
could see my hands and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was right around 9 o'clock. It was closing. I was the only one at the store, and there was three thugs that came in. They were younger kids,
Yeah.
and they came in, and I was just working. I was closing, and they said, "Hey, we want to ask about these phones." I said, "Well, we're closing up. You can easily come back tomorrow. You can Google this stuff. Like all these questions you're asking." Really is a Google search away. Like technically anything you want to know, it is that, right? Technically. So anyways, he's like this one guy, he kind of like had me off in the corner and he says, well, what about the iPhone 7? And I said, well, this and this and that. And then the other two went over and they started clipping the phones with their cutters and knives. And so they started cutting it and taking and stealing the phones, putting them in their pocket without me seeing it. And so it was if it wasn't for some good Samaritans that were right over at the Taco Bell across the street saying, "What are these like three, four guys like ran out of the store because they did it strategic." Well, after the report came in, and I'm talking to the police and everything because our store was robbed, by the way. They said, "Well, what we found on these young juveniles is this. Can someone see my hand?
Yeah.
That's a switchblade. That's a tactical switchblade I have right here." And that's what they had on them. And so that was crazy to me. So that's why I build this into this, right? How to prepare because you don't know what could happen to you. So that's my passion that came through with the prepared guide on how to
Yeah.
survive this stuff.
I think it's really good stuff to know. You know, I mean, in my opinion, the world is definitely changing and it has changed. And that's one of the things I think that as a community, we can come together and make it better. And that's another reason why I created this product, especially this kind that is so passionate to us as a family. And then you can have the knowledge, right, to pass it to more people. And it's almost like one of my mentors said, if don't be selfish with your knowledge, and boy, when he said that to me, I was like, geez, that's kind of a rude thing to say. You don't know who I am, right? But that was because I was an offline marketer. I took my mortgage broker businesses, my real estate businesses, and my restaurants, and I was just so used to dealing with people member to member, right? Peer to peer, like in front of people. And he's like, but online, you want to make sure that you are actually sharing your knowledge. So like tonight, it's a free Zoom. We've given you guys some tools, some knowledge to go out there. You might start thinking about it. Tonight, just that right there alone, it should be, to me is worth it to spend this time, this hour with everybody, is because that is worth it because at least I've touched 30 lives here tonight. You know what I mean? So, think about it, get prepared, get that cash reserve you need, get the food storage that you need. These are all things that, back in 2020, we all had to do, right? And it's possibly you might have to do it again. Just saying. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to say tonight. I mean, my grandmother, she used to always talk about, hey, we got to go in the basement. And I'm like, what for? And she's like, when I was a real little girl, I'll never forget it. And she's like, well, we might have a war and we might have to go and we might have to, pack some stuff in the basement. I'm like, all right. So I've learned how to can, I've learned how to raise chickens. I mean, I can homestead, I can do all these things. And hey, maybe we need to have a homesteading module. Never know. Right, Rob? But I grew up on a
Yeah.
farm
Yeah.
and I grew up on a farm and I know how to do all that stuff. But I just want people to understand that, it's not all about just knowing where to, he's holding up a check, looks like. Um, it's not about, what is that? I can't see it, Kevin. Oh, no, don't worry about it. Okay. It's all Kevin's on here. He's like, I don't know, he's showing me something. But it's not all about, maybe it's like where you get your stuff, right? But yeah, it's not always about just me, me, me. When you start actually putting knowledge and yourself out there to the world, then you can do better and you can actually feel better at night and sleep at night. So, anyone have any questions? If you want to unmute, it's a very simple activation. I'll show you guys a little bit of the back office. What do you think, Rob? Do they want to stay on for a little
Yeah,
while?
I can share with the back office, Mom. I
All
can
right, we'll go
totally
ahead and do that
navigate
so everybody
around
can
and you can
see.
talk and
So we'll show you
yeah, I
the
can
sales
show.
page. We have a sales
Yep, I'll
page,
do that
one
for him.
page sales page. So you can show them that and then you can flip and show them once they join, how they pay, how they register, and then the access that they'll get. They'll get
Yeah, I'd love
immediate
to.
email, by the way. It's all fixed, by the way. So anyone that's wanting to do automation, Mary Beth woke up to one today, while she was sleeping probably. I think I was asleep. Her and I were talking late last night. But here's Rob's. He's going to log into his back office.
Yep. So here's the
Show him the
back
sales page
office.
first.
Get a
Show him,
clean little
show him the sales page first.
I'll show him that.
Okay,
But
cool.
yeah, so here's the sales. I will. Yep. So it's got to load up here.
Rob,
All right. So here's the sales page. Got the join here. And this is, by the way, you guys get this. So you guys get the same sales page with your link and your embeddedness, your cookies and all that stuff. So you got the clean sales page, you have the modules here, you have the bonuses, and then you have who it's for, the investment and everything. What's great about this dynamic changing sales page is we can edit this and make it really look like as it grows, more change, like, different stuff that we want to add, like it's pretty awesome. So we have a lot of different thoughts in mind, but really it's really cool. You have your member login right here. So you just click it to log in, but basically, this is the back office. You have our new video. So this is our brand new training video that we talked about. How to confirm a payment. You have your profile. So when you access this, you'll see this. It's going to say fill out your profile, right? So all you got to do is at the top right, we're going to click on my profile. And then you just choose drag or drop your profile image. And it has to be under 3 megs, which is most pictures nowadays. And then just fill your information, click save, and then it literally brings you just go back to the home page, right? And you have your link. Now here's the best part. This is where the part people are gonna be like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. This you don't have to set up with anything. You actually have a complete, already ready to give link. You don't have to set up. You don't have to go to Aweber. You don't have to go to GetResponse or any other. None of that. It's literally just a link. You don't have to worry about that. Now, if you wanted to, we have these this new guide down here, right here. We have this guide where if you want to forward, let's say instead of like this right here, cashvault.com/emoji Rob, you could actually have it go to like get prepared now with rob.com. So you can actually technically do that. And how to do that is very simple. It's just like a forward right here. It shows you how to do it. So right there, how to forward my domain and GoDaddy, it literally shows you exactly how. So I just wanted to share with that. That's how simple it is. At the top, I don't click on any of this because this is stuff for the members, but we have our survival resource vault right here. It's got all the stuff. And by the way, here's the good news, new stuff. I actually have global expansion, by the way, on this. So globally, like Canada
Oh, I
and
forgot to
people up.
say that. Yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
we are.
researched the
We're adding,
global
yep,
survival resources for Canada, for the UK.
yep.
Right.
UK, Europe,
So we can
Asia,
expand into
Asia
those places.
markets. Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so we got the Asia, we have Europe, Canada, all that being added in here, as well
Mhm.
as our wealth protection for the silver and gold and all that stuff. that's
Hmm.
actually being expanded globally. And then we have our class proof cash vault, very straightforward, that as well. So it literally for 300 bucks, you just cannot ask for something better and very more simpler. And then basically you also have part of when you sign up, you're going to get an email. And I'm not going to click on it, but basically, because it's not, it's right here. But basically, that's our blueprint with all the different bonus marketing images and stuff like that. I can share with you what some of those images look like real quick, Mom. So I gave
Sure.
them the tour of the back office, but I just want
Yeah,
to
you can do
share
that.
the
I also
images
wanted
and
to
then
have you share literally the bonuses that people get when they sign up on that sales page. It's
hmm
quite amazing. Like I said, one of these, oops, I just dropped it. It's a silver coin. Hold on a second. Drop.
mm,
Sorry about that. I get this in the mail I've started a collection for Charlotte. So my
hmm
source is back there, just so everybody knows. It's crazy. I used to be able to get anybody that's a silver buff on here. I used to get one of these things for, oh God. Like I didn't even know they made these this small. But I used to get like an ounce of silver for like 50. Now it's like through the roof, right? We all know that silver is going to keep going up, right?
Oh
Especially
yeah.
as the war
Some
keeps,
of
if
these,
they keep expanding the war. I mean, I should end the recording, but if they keep going with all that, the silver is going to be going through the roof. And we can talk
yes,
about
very
that private
much.
masterminds.
Yep.